Welcome to Dream Small, where we believe God does big things through the small and everyday faithfulness of His people. I'm Jason.
And I'm Whitney. We're a family of 8 who's fostered, adopted, and stumbled our way through learning that small, everyday choices can change lives.
In a world that tells you to chase big, we dare you to dream small.
Because you know what? It's not about chasing fame. It's about choosing faithfulness. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Dream Small podcast with Jason, my wonderful husband, and Whitney. How's that for a new intro?
Introduce yourself in the third person. Interesting.
Whitney says hi.
Interesting. So we're going to do something new with our start of our episodes. We're going to
love it.
We're
I
going
love
to
the
try
focus.
to focus on what we're grateful for this week. Instead of our weird banter about moose prints and who else knows what. We might still do that. But we wanted to make sure we talk about something we are grateful for to start every episode.
Just kind of a blessing recap, right? I mean,
not a recap.
not a recap.
Highlight.
We won't go crazy. Highlight. Blessing highlight reel.
So we're going to talk about today.
Have you ever kept a gratitude journal?
I've tried.
It's awesome. If you can keep
I'm
the
pretty
discipline.
well tilted to be grateful anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a negative Nancy.
We're working on that with
Nick.
some of our kids. Some of our kids, man. Whew. Well, I wanted that dress. Or, oh, goodness gracious, everything. Anyway, go on.
A couple weekends ago, we got sniped by the friend of
Sniped.
Jesus again.
Oh my gosh, sniped. Jason.
So if you listened before, you heard about a story of magical toilet paper and paper towel packs from Costco.
Showing up in our garage.
It's been a while, but we assume it's the same person, but maybe I think
mean,
it's
the
same
handwriting
Handwriting
and
was the same.
The paper that was really, really pretty looked the same. Yeah. But this time, like, they came back with, like, what would you call it? Okay, so you said
They
sniper.
tripled it.
No,
They
I'm
nuked
trying to
us.
think. Yeah.
They nuked us with toilet paper and
Bombed
paper towels.
us.
They showed up with a pack, Costco size pack, Sam's Club size pack, whatever your.
It was Costco.
No, I'm just saying for the people listening, like maybe
No,
some
but it
people
was
don't go to
Kirkland
Costco.
brand.
Right? A giant size pack of toilet paper and paper towels for us, and
2 additional giant size packs of toilet paper and 2 additional giant size packs of paper towels, all with a note on it saying to blank family from
foster
a friend
family
of
number
Jesus.
1, and then foster family number 2.
Yeah, it was so cool.
So it's awesome because they might not have known who to give these to, but they knew we would know, and they just left it. I mean, they gave us some work, which that's fine. We're happy to do that.
Oh,
type
I
of
was
work.
so happy to do, and the kids did it with me. It was so
And
much
we were
fun.
able to bless 2 of our foster family friends.
It was so much fun.
Such a fun idea.
Yeah.
So we share that. We were incredibly grateful for that, but also, hey, there's an idea for people.
Do you think you know who it is?
I do.
Who do you think it is?
I'm not going to say.
Okay, guys. So
I think they kind of gave themselves away in the course of that day, and some of the questions we got asked and messages we received.
Yeah.
I think they told on themselves.
to tell us to check the driveway.
And no, seeing who multiple people text us asking if they could give our phone number to certain people who had our phone number, I think
Got confused.
Yeah, so
it's okay.
it's awesome. We'll pretend like we don't know
really
who it is.
appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, Jason has scoured our video feed from our driveway
if any
camera, and he
crimes-
cannot figure
If
it
any of
out.
our crimes happen in our driveway, our camera
won't
is going to
help.
be completely useless.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna rob us, good luck. Because no, never mind.
Sorry, the wife's broken, as you guys are well aware. Today, we're going to talk about marriage.
Marriage.
Whitney, I think it was on Valentine's Day, said, hey, we should talk about marriage for our podcast.
Yeah, tell him about this.
That's all I remember.
No, I texted him and I said, I called him because I was driving.
Yeah.
So I called him because, I leave the house and 2 minutes later I have to talk to him because I had a thought. I forgot to tell him earlier. So I called him and I was like, hey.
I'm curious. Like, you FaceTime me, I feel like a lot. Like, you just don't call me. You have to FaceTime.
I like to see you.
I wonder if other people do that,
I love
too.
your face.
I love my face.
Love your face.
So, I'm just curious. Anyway.
I also just like to be a weirdo.
I know you do. You do really well with that. That's one of your giftings. Go ahead.
So I called Jason and I'm like, hey, I have a good podcast idea and I got to tell you before I forget it. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I think we should do one on marriage. And he's like, okay. And I was like, obviously we're not perfect. No one is, but like we have a strong marriage. And I think it would be really helpful to do a podcast on marriage because a successful marriage takes work as it is. And then add in fostering, add in children with, special needs, children with trauma. It takes a lot, right? So I was like,
we might have some insights to share. Yeah.
So I thought we had some insights to share. Cool. So I hang up the phone. I was taking Leah to gymnastics. That's what it was. It was a Saturday morning.
Yep, I remember.
And we know sooner, like literally a half hour into gymnastics, I get a text from Jason and he goes, well, I'm having a really hard time figuring out what we would talk about marriage.
So that's not.
And my immediate thought was, wait, do you think we have a bad marriage?
That's not exactly what I said. Saying I was having trouble like articulating why we have a good marriage.
Yeah. And I was
Words
like,
matter.
do you mean we have a bad marriage?
No. So
there was that bombshell.
So I'm going to share to start off this puppy some like stats, some data. I actually looked this up prior to us recording. That's all we looked up. We have a rough outline, so if it gets a little bouncy as this episode goes on, I apologize. So,
and you know what, guys? Like I said,
we're real.
We are not saying like
we're not perfect.
Gosh, no.
Our marriage isn't perfect,
grief.
but we've been married. What it'll be we got married in 12.
I've known you
14
for 15 years.
Yeah, we celebrated our 15th Facebook friendiversary today. Big deals. We'll be married 14 years in April, and we've been through some stuff. And we still really love each other, and we still really enjoy each other's company.
And one of the biggest things of advice that you give to people, like the guys that you work with and stuff, is what?
Make sure you marry a good woman. Like you're marrying the right spouse is a life cheat code.
That's what you always say. It's the cheat code of life is marrying the right person.
Yeah.
So like be really careful who you choose. And I chose so good, you guys.
The second time.
Listen. Sometimes we just have to learn from our mistakes.
That's true. You are one of those that have to learn from your own mistakes.
1,000%, and I will own that.
So we'll get to what we've done. And again, we're not saying we're perfect. You shouldn't necessarily duplicate exactly what we've done, but we've done a pretty good job. We're into this. We've had a lot of stressors in our life, and we still really love each other and have a really good marriage. Not perfect, but good. So we figured we would share some nuggets of wisdom along the way. So some stats.
Did you guys know? I mean, this is a stat that I'm actually surprised isn't higher because 10 to 20 years ago was this percentage. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm really surprised that it hasn't gone up. But roughly 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce, you guys. Roughly half of them end in divorce. Can you even and I know we all know people who've gone through divorce, right? But roughly half. Why is that? Why do you think, if you could pick the top 3 reasons, Jason, why you think they end in divorce, what would you say it is?
People are selfish. People are selfish. People are selfish.
Okay. You don't think social media, lack of communication, and finances would be the top 3?
Those could be it, but it goes back to people being selfish.
So true.
No, I think people are selfish and flawed, right? We all are. When you say those, I think a lot of people say those marriage vows and they don't really understand the depth of them. I don't think they put Jesus at the center of their marriage. I think people are unwilling to sacrifice. I think people are unwilling to serve. All those things. I mean, yes, you can. I think those other things are symptoms of the root, but I think those things are the root. Mm-hmm. People being selfish.
And here's another good one for you. The transition to parenthood increases the divorce risk by 15 to 20% during the early years.
That's actually pretty low, I thought. When I was, if you think
thinking about that transition from no children to children.
I'd be curious of what it looks like going from 1 child to 2 child to 3 children.
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's going from a spouse who thinks the other spouse's world should revolve around them to all of a sudden needing to care for children.
That makes sense.
I think that's the problem. So that could be 1 or 8, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
that makes sense. Yeah, when you're not the center of their universe, all of a sudden, some people can't adjust to that. Sure. So we're going to get into some specifically about fostering or just special needs. Marriages with children who have disabilities or high needs experience dramatically higher stress. with divorce rates being reported as high as 70 to 80%.
Now, I've actually read that it's 90%.
So the next bullet says surveys also show divorce rates of families, children with disabilities may be as high as 87%.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know when I worked in the field of ABA with children with autism, it was like a 90% rate of divorce for families of children with autism. And that's, staggering, because that's when
you need the marriage.
You need
most,
each other, and you need to come together, and you need to be a team, right? Like, God didn't design us to do this on our own.
Warning disclaimer, parents. We will talk a little bit about, we'll say, physical intimacy on this. Nothing too graphic, but we will give you a heads up, so that way if you have kids around and you don't want to have to explain, if younger kids explain what sex is, you can.
Well, now you just said it without the heads up. So, way to go.
Well, I hope they heads up. We're going to talk about sex now.
Earmuffs.
So
you're just moving right into it right now?
No, there's one more data point. Sexual frequency dropped significantly after children, and only 38% of couples report high satisfaction with their sex life after a baby.
Well, I mean, come on, right? Like, babies change things for a little bit.
Negative communication and conflict increased significantly during parenting stress. That checks out.
Yes.
Couples who maintain open communication are 50% less likely to divorce after having children. Also checks out.
I think communication is so vital. And that's actually when Jason was saying to me, like, I don't know what we would talk about. Like, and I actually, like, what came up was communication.
Yeah. So let's start there. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about some things that we've helped with. And communication is probably number one. How we kept our marriage strong, I think, by keeping the lines of communication open. I think it's one of the main things.
Yeah. You are really good at accepting feedback. And like you said to our son just an hour ago.
So he was upset because mommy pointed out some flaws with him and his sister being a little selfish.
A little
today.
Accountability, it's a good thing.
And he got upset because he has trouble sometimes processing how he feels, and a lot of times that just results in crying.
And he wants to be a pleaser, and he wants to be perfect.
While we were talking to him, trying to figure out why he was upset, and he said he was embarrassed. I said, "Hey, buddy, mommy points out to me every day the things I do wrong."
Yeah. And I was like, well, yeah. I was like, not that much, but yeah.
Yeah.
But Jason accepts it, and he's open to it. And I'm working on it.
I listen. I don't know about accepts it. Parenting, as anybody knows, stretches your marriage regardless. When you add foster care on top of it, it's like lighting the stretch on fire. Because there's a lot of stress. I mean, you got kids coming in, kids going, we don't sleep. Kids are acting crazy, and we don't know why. We don't know why kids acting crazy.
You just have to communicate. You have to be on the same page. If you're changing how you're going to respond to a child and their behaviors, you have to talk about it with your spouse. Or you might not be able to explain why in the moment, but you also have to have a level of trust that, okay, cool, you can explain to me later. Later, I'll do this. One of the best tips of marriage advice that I think it came from you, Jason, that you taught me like early on in our marriage was to assume the best in the other person.
Yeah, that wasn't marriage advice. That was life advice. Like when somebody's just assume positive intent. Yeah, but it works really well for marriage.
It goes extremely well for marriage. Don't just jump in and assume the worst. Like they're not out to get you. They're not out to make your life more miserable. They're just,
I don't know. I'm not convinced that you're me having to do trash Olympics every Friday
so fun.
And break down every box that has shown up at our house over the week is not some form of you just revenge for me.
So you're telling me you don't have a dream of being an Olympic gold medalist someday?
No.
You have it. I give it to you every Friday.
Yes, thank you for that gift.
Next time I'll play the Star Spangled
So some
Banner.
ways we've communicated, right? I don't know if we have a map to say how but we're very honest with one another. And when things are heavy, I think we've made time to talk, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, just where you're at. Like, check in with Whitney. How are you? What's going on? I know.
How can I pray for you? How can I serve you?
How can I serve you? And, how can I love you better? That's a question I wish
Yes.
I would remember to ask you more, but I've asked you that
Yeah.
once or twice.
No.
And, how can I love you better?
Yeah.
I mean, another way is at the end of an exhausting day, you might not think of it as communication, but being willing to say to your spouse,
Go.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. And that spouse being like, hey, go rest. I got
Yeah.
you. We've both done that. We don't do that a lot. And I
But
think
there's times where you literally just feel like you can't even peel yourself up off the floor.
I mean, there's been,
figuratively.
I don't remember specifically, but I know a lot of times during court case days, because those are really emotionally charged for you.
Yeah.
And when the kids have been a lot, I'll come home from work and you have that look and I'm just like, go upstairs, babe.
I'm just like a zombie. Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just going to go lay down for 20 minutes. I'm like, how about you just go to bed?
Yeah.
And she's like, are you serious?
Which is such a gift.
And she usually argues, are you serious? No, I'll just go lap for 5 minutes. I'm like, babe, it's 7. Go to bed. Just go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, our life is emotionally charged is a good way to say it. But then you throw in a heavy court case or just extra, right? Or extra stressors that are out of the norm. Sometimes it's extra appointments, extra peopling, extra, right? It's just, it can be draining.
Just drains you. And so what other ways specifically communication? Because I think it's good that we start with this before we get into some other things.
Yeah.
Well, how else do we communicate well?
I think check-ins throughout the day. Like, it's not just like...
And I'm going to brag on Whitney. I see some people have to talk to their spouse multiple times during the day.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not like
I'm grateful that
useless stuff.
you don't, hey, call me and check in. It's like text, how's your day going? How are things at home?
It's like we each text each other probably once a day to let the other person know we're thinking about them,
Yeah.
check in on how their day was.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's necessary things that need to be
When you call
communicated.
me, I answer because I know it's
That's
usually.
why I FaceTime you.
I mean, well, that you will get less answered. But like, if you call
That's
me,
actually usually when a child wants to see daddy.
when you call me, I know it's usually something I need to answer the phone at, unless I'm in the middle of like a meeting I
Yeah.
can't excuse myself from.
Right. But I think when we first got married, I think when I was a stay-at-home mom, it would really annoy me that Jason would come home from work and I'm just like dying to talk to an adult. And I'd be like, tell me about your day. And he's like, there's nothing. Like, I pack boxes. I manage people. It's nothing to tell you about. And I was like, I remember at one point I was like, then I need you to like keep a note card in your pocket and write down like the top 3 things of your day just to like have something to talk to me about. Like, give me a bone. Like, I need
adults,
Yes.
adults to talk to. Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. What's funny because our communication styles are very unique.
It's evolved,
and
yeah.
You're a very detailed communicator. I'm a very high level communicator,
Yeah.
and those can clash sometimes.
And I'm an external processor that takes a long time to process. And Jason has 2 feelings. So
I have more feelings than that. I do think interesting here. We'll close the communication piece on this. I think being foster parents has actually made you and I communication not just a thing we do because we have to, but like one of our strengths.
quite possibly, yeah.
And I don't know if we would have
Because we have to.
And I don't know if we would have gotten there. Like, what is it they say? Necessity is the best catalyst
Necessity
for
is the mother of invention.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think by having
No, invention is the mother of necessity. No. Shoot. I don't know. Ask Beauregard.
Either way, you guys get the point.
You know.
You know what we're trying to say. Well, maybe. But yeah, by being forced to communicate, I think we've actually become really good communicators.
I think so too. And you've actually helped instill in me a confidence in being able to communicate my feelings.
Like,
and
you don't
thoughts.
have to only communicate butterflies and rainbows. Like,
Yeah.
you can say, hey, I'm
Be
ticked
real.
off. Don't you see the full trash? You can take it out too, or what else?
Trash.
Yeah.
Our children are just
We
like
don't,
you.
like,
I'm the only one that thinks, oh, I should take it out. Every other human in my house thinks, oh, there's still room. And it's not. The lid doesn't close. All of them will willingly take it out if I ask, including Jason. But he
do it
will
on my own
never
sometimes.
initiate taking it out.
Never
if I
strong.
walk over to the trash can and take it out, he'll come immediately up to me and take it from my hand and finish it. But I'm like, why couldn't you just do it? I literally just watched you fill it up.
I think it's because I'm a lot stronger than you and I can push a lot more trash down in
Oh,
it.
for the love.
So I think there's a lot more there.
Okay.
I think that's the main
Okay,
thing.
sure.
But yeah, I think communication might be our strongest strength in our marriage.
And
why
grace. I think grace with communication is also, that goes with like a student.
Well, let's go with grace now. Let's do grace.
Is
let's
that
talk about
one?
grace. No, I don't know. I don't think I have any.
Well,
We're winging
I'm
this.
trying to find on your list here. Like, I don't know where you're at.
So I prepared an outline, sent it to Whitney. We're sitting down to record right now. She goes, what are we talking about? Just so you guys understand what we're dealing with in this house of communication. So maybe we still have a ways to go in communication.
How do you show me grace, Jason?
How don't I show you grace? Wait, we'll get to grace. Kind of backing up a little bit. I think it's important for couples to realize, to remember.
Did you get my backup beep?
Yes, I was trying to ignore it. Trying to give you grace. You got to keep your marriage first.
Yes.
That is the biblical
Amen.
structure for families.
God, marriage, family, fun, work, whatever.
Yeah.
I just talked to our big kids about that today.
God's first, spouse is second. Kids are when that order gets out of line is when things get really bad. Mm-hmm. God created order, and we need to honor the order in which He created and designed things to be. And your marriage has got to come before your kids.
In our world, that is backwards.
Our culture.
Our
yes.
culture
Yeah.
says kids, 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 blah, blah, blah.
I mean, if you say no to your kid for an activity, you are getting turned into DCS for abuse.
Right.
How dare you tell your kid they can't do travel elite volleyball on top of basketball, on top of swimming, on top of piano, on
Right.
top of Girl Scouts, on top of band.
Yeah. And I think we shared before, we have a pretty hard and fast rule that our kids can participate in one activity at a time. And it's not because we don't want them to. We love team sports. We love activities.
I think we've softened that, like one sport, one
Slightly.
art. Like
Yeah. I mean, we don't actually stick to it super good, but we try.
I mean, pretty good. I mean, the kids, none of the kids are in multiple
no.
activities right now.
Well, Leah, but like she doubles up. Like she does trail life, but so does Benny.
But then she does gymnastics.
And gymnastics,
yeah, that's,
right?
Yeah, one art, one sport at a
And
time.
her gymnastics is literally 1 hour a week versus,
And we have
Lainey's
somebody
middle
who
school
takes
basketball.
her 75% of the time.
What a
Because
blessing.
she's an angel.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
but like you can't, it's okay to say no to your kids, guys. It's okay. It's actually a great thing to teach them to learn to accept no as a response. It's a great thing to go out on dates with your spouse and say, you're staying home. You're not invited. This is time for mommy and daddy. It's okay if your kids are old enough to be on their own for 15 minutes or an hour to say, you need to go do something in your room, occupy yourself. Mommy and daddy are going to have time together without you. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's really okay. It should happen. Your kids should see you loving each other, valuing your time with each other. I mean, that's the kind of person you're going to want your kid to marry, right?
The greatest gift you can give your kid is a strong marriage.
Yeah.
Showing your kids what a strong, loving, healthy marriage looks like is probably one of the best gifts you can absolutely give your kid.
Yeah.
Because if you have a loving spouse and you're filled with your spouse and you guys are like, how much more do you have to give your kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
And some triggers, I would say, some warning flags, warning signs, red flags. If you're starting to feel like you and your spouse are just kind of cohabitating and roommates,
You got to talk about it.
You're not putting your spouse first. You're not putting your marriage first.
We've had seasons where you've shared that exact thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
You got to talk about it. You got to bring it out into the open and speak about it and figure out what you can do differently so you stop going down that rabbit hole. Because you don't want to keep going down that way.
You do not. That's a path that leads nowhere good fast.
Right. Absolutely.
And, there's going to be times in your marriage. There are times me and Whitney have been together where things haven't been, I don't know, what's the right word? Cheerful. We've never had a rough
No.
but like hard seasons, like when you've been in the hospital for multiple days.
We've had heavy seasons.
Heavy. That's a good way to describe it. Heavy emotional seasons where surviving was the main focus of,
And then you just take care of each other.
Yeah.
Like when one of you, hopefully, it's hard when you're both down at the same time.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's
hard for parenting when you're both just depleted. And that happens sometimes too. And you just got to call in reinforcements as much as you can. But you have to be you just have to have grace with yourself and with each other.
Don't be scared to say hard things, right? Like you got to stay connected to your spouse.
Have those hard conversations.
Yep. Some other ways to keep
be open. Be open. Passwords.
When you say be open, describe that more.
Be completely transparent. Be vulnerable. Don't hide anything. I just shouted out passwords randomly because
lamp.
I
love lamp.
I love lamp. I don't think that things should be hidden. I don't think that you guys should have separate passwords.
So one practical thing,
yes,
is Whitney has access to my phone whenever she wants it, and
we agreed on that years ago, right. Like before marriage, even. I think like
it's incredible.
I'm not hiding anything from you.
I can't imagine living in a world where I'm stressed out if you pick up my phone what you might read.
Right.
Like you're gonna, if you pick up my phone, you're gonna see funny.
I already know what I'm gonna see.
Memes between me and my buddies, and gifs, and
Ohio State football podcast,
UFO podcasts, some Survivor podcast, like really uneventful. So I'll be on. Like I don't know if I shared this with you before. I think I did. Beginning of marriage, Instagram I used to have on my phone. But like Instagram for a guy is just like a flood of half naked girls constantly. I deleted Instagram off my phone because like this is not like
those algorithms.
Like I wasn't following, half naked chicks for people, but like when you go to the about me or whatever, it was and I was like, okay, I'm just deleting Instagram off my phone.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just deleted it because I like to see some of my friends' pictures, but seeing you look at me, I had a half naked girl pop up and you're like, why are you looking at it? Well, that's what the algorithm fed me because I'm a guy and I looked at a ad for a grill that had a girl in a bikini or whatever, right? So
it's crazy.
Just delete it. Yeah. Honor your spouse.
Yes.
Maybe that's another way. Honor your spouse.
And find out what that means to your spouse.
Every spouse is different.
Yeah. Like, what does it mean for me to honor you? Right. And you might find that out just through trial and error.
That's probably how you'll find it out in conversations.
Can voice it, but sometimes they might not know. But you will find out very quickly what they view as honorable and what they view as not.
Yeah, and a book we went through that I think is so. I'm going to see if you agree with me. We've done a couple marriage books classes through church.
His needs, her needs, love and respect.
That's exactly his needs, her needs. Like and love and no, maybe it's love and respect. Maybe I've combined them both in my mind.
Okay, go on.
I was going to say his needs, her needs because I thought they talked about love and respect. Are those different books or are those the same books?
Well, shoot. Now I don't know.
All right.
His needs, her needs. It's about the woman's need for love and the man's need
that's
for
right.
respect.
Okay. Yeah. There's not a book called Love and Respect.
Maybe there is. I bet there is. I bet there's like somewhere. 10 books called
But his
Love
needs, her needs. And the main premise of it is a woman, a female's biggest need, a wife's biggest need is to feel loved. Which comes with security and safety and all those other things. And for men, it's to feel respected.
Yep.
Valued, appreciated.
And it's circular. If the woman's not feeling loved,
she doesn't show respect.
She doesn't show respect to the man, and vice
he
versa.
doesn't show love, and then that's a downward spiral.
Yep.
And if you're doing a good job, it's an upward spiral.
Book.
It's a feeling. Yeah, it's really good. I would encourage you, even if you are not a Christian, I would encourage you to read it. It's just
very eye opening. Yeah.
All right, enough of putting. Let's talk about funny stuff.
What's funny? Marriage is funny.
We have one of the things you have to interject in your marriage, especially as foster parents, where there's so much heavy and hard. You gotta have a sense of humor.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You have to laugh at yourself.
Dude, you gotta laugh at it all. Like one of my favorite things that you do to make the kids laugh when they're just being upset or sad or grumpy, he pulls out the gorilla. And when I say he pulls out the gorilla, Jason literally gorillas don't prance. What do? Stomp around, but bounce at the same time. Charge while dancing. Like you go from one foot to the other, and a gorilla pounce, and he bangs his chest, and
it's deeper than that. First of all, it's very much more intimidating,
much more manly.
Yes, much more manly. So yeah, I don't know how I think,
but it literally makes them laugh.
It
every
started
time.
with Benny and Laney before we ever had.
Don't laugh.
Don't laugh. And I would be a gorilla. I would bang and just run after them. And
he still can't do it now without me laughing at it.
I jump on the couch, I throw them,
absurd.
I throw things at them, I pretend to pick their hair, like you see gorillas doing, and it's usually about 100% successful, right?
Oh, I don't think you've ever not manage.
And
to
when
laugh.
Whitney says that to the kids, they start smiling, but they pretend to be mad.
Like when they're mad, I'm like, oh, do we need the gorilla to come out?
It is fantastic.
It's amazing.
You got to have a sense of humor. You got to. It's so hard. Even sometimes dark humor and inappropriate humor, like with stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have to.
I do laugh at really inappropriate things. But you know what? Like, if that's what you need to do to survive, then do it.
I mean,
only to the safe people.
So
you have to be careful who you do it around.
We had a foster child at some point in our past.
I don't even know where you're going right now.
That she would not smile very well for pictures. And so Whitney and I and the two big kids like would just look at each other with this like overbite fish smile thing, trying to mimic her smile, and we would just laugh. It was just a little inside
just
joke.
Randomly like looking across the living room at Lainey and do it.
Yeah, just like a weird like overbite fish
just little
smile.
like secret is our little thing, right? And it's not yes, maybe we're making fun of other people, but it's with each other and it's only to each other, and it's also kind of about each other. And
it's cute. Like this same foster child, we were having bad weather, and she was worried about a potato warning instead of a tornado warning one night. So now we joke with her.
Potato warning.
Potato. We're like, what's a potato warning? Are we getting fries? Are we getting like tots? What are we doing? And then now
just laughs,
we just had last week. We had a really bad weather. We had to go to the basement because we popped a tornado warning, and we all joked, "Everybody has a potato warning. Get to the basement." And everybody laughed and had fun. Like you gotta find it.
Yeah, you just have to find the joy. There is joy even in the hard. God doesn't want us to be miserable, negative Nellies, right? Like, who wants the moo cow? Like, no one.
The moo cow?
I don't know.
Okay, the moo cow. We're going to move on from humor. I don't know how else we can say that. Have a sense of humor.
Just have fun. Lighten up.
Enjoy your spouse. Have fun. Poke jokes. Not mean jokes. Like if you're...
Yeah, don't make fun of your spouse. Like, don't be mean.
Don't be malicious, right? Like some people think that's funny. Don't be malicious.
Yeah, no. No, don't do that. Like, don't make your other spouse feel bad about themselves. Like, that is not what we're saying.
Like
I do not condone that.
Like if I'm trying to lose weight and not being successful, and for you to go like, "Hey, chunky butt, how are you doing?" Or go come grab my belly and be like, "Oh, look at this!" Like that's probably not a good idea.
Right.
All right, moving on.
What about if I bring up like our dog who you had to get rid of?
Yeah, so Whitney has this weird thing. Our very first dog, we had to rehome because he was kind of a jerk, and we were ready to have a baby, and we didn't want to be those people on TV talking about, we had no idea this dog would eat our kid's face because he showed some signs of eating people's faces, so we had to rehome him. But he was my first dog, and he was my buddy, and I was sad about it.
He was my buddy too.
And like, I don't know, a year, Whitney would bring him up and be like, "Oh man, Bosco," and I would tear up a little bit. And so she decided anytime she wanted to try to make me cry, she would mention this dog's name. And you can hear her laughing because she's sadistic.
Or even now, like on the rare chance that you might cry, I'm like, "Oh, are you thinking about Bosco?"
Yeah, she'll ask me about the dog, like if I'm upset.
What about that one time in church last year when you were tearing up? You got so mad at me. There was something in like the sermon like convicted
moved me.
you.
Yeah, and you're laughing at me as I'm tearing up and tears are falling down my face.
I've told everyone on this podcast I can be really awkward.
They know that. I'm surprised.
But I literally looked at Jason in church and he's crying, and I looked at him like, "Oh, it made you cry?"
I'm surprised you didn't ask me about Bosco at my dad's funeral like 2 minutes before I had to go up and speak the way you are. Whitney's broken. Okay.
I'm crying.
Serving. So we're going to move on to serving each other. We talked about it briefly. And by serving each other, basically, I guess a way it is a better way to say it, don't keep score.
Yeah, you taught me this one too. Who taught you all this good marriage stuff?
The Bible.
Yeah, well,
mom and dad, my mom and dad, like the Bible. And my
the
mom
Bible
and dad.
taught them. Yeah. I mean, you get the golden star, pal.
If people would just listen to me, lives would be much better for everybody if they would just listen to me. But
because I used to keep score.
You still struggle with that.
Oh, stop it.
You have gotten exponentially better.
I'm just competitive. I don't think I keep score as much anymore as try to win.
No, you don't want to feel like you're being treated unjustly. So you're like, hey.
No, I'm competitive.
Okay, sure. Let's think about this.
Give an example about how not to keep score. Or
with our baby, current foster baby, like most of the time I would go to bed first, But when Whit needs to, like, I tell her, go to bed. Like, when if Whit expresses she's tired, that's code for I'm exhausted. I need to go to bed first. And you've never kept score with that. I know you've done it more. You've stayed up more, but
one time I needed to wake you up at 11 p.m. because I had it and I was exhausted. You kept score because you still talk about
humor.
it.
That's humor. I don't keep score.
I enjoyed my nap.
So one night I went to bed like at 8:30 or 9, and we try to do halves and halves.
Split the night up.
Whit comes and wakes me up like it wasn't even 11 yet. It was like 10:50. And she's like, "Hey, can you switch?" And I just, yeah, okay.
He thinks it's like 2 a.m.
I go pee and then get my phone and go downstairs and get the baby. And I look at it's not even what? So now I always joke when she goes to bed first, enjoy your nap. I'll see you at 11. I've never actually done it, but that's an example of humor, right?
Yes.
Do the small things intentionally. Here, think about a marriage, a really good marriage. Think about it. If you're serving your wife really well, how do you think she's going to respond?
Right.
If you're serving your husband really well, how do you think they're going to respond?
There it is, folks. I feel like you just ended the podcast.
No, we still have to talk about other things that the kids can't be a part of. Yes.
Bedroom.
Yes. So just try to serve your spouse. If you're struggling, go out of your way to serve your spouse. See what happens.
Do small things with intentionality.
Yeah. Like what? Here's an example. Whoever of us comes down first in the morning, I don't want to say always, 99 times out of 100 preps the other person's coffee.
Yeah.
So that when they come down, well, your coffee's bougie, so you got to add stuff to it. And I've never figured that out exactly. And I don't want the stress of trying to do it and messing it up.
It's really not that hard.
But
a little liquid stevia and a little oat milk.
Yeah.
Caramel colored.
So.
Voila. Best coffee ever.
Stevia is gross, by the way.
Oh, it's so good.
Although.
And it's made from a plant. So it's basically Whole30.
So is heroin.
Okay.
Whoever comes down, the next person's coffee's ready. Like, that's not a huge deal. That probably wouldn't end in divorce if the other person did it, but it makes the other person feel seen, loved, and appreciated. Mm-hmm. What are some other small... I feel like you do this well.
I like to serve people. I mean, I think that's just why.
But what are some...
I like to do little
specific...
acts of
I'm not asking
service.
you why you do it. I'm asking specific, like, actual things people can do.
Like, you can't put me on the spot like that.
Okay, I'll talk. So find out what your spouse likes. Like, do they like coffee? Have coffee ready for them. Do they like... I don't know. Do they really like a warm towel when they get out of the shower? If you hear your spouse in the shower, go put their towel in the dryer and bring it to them nice, warm, and crispy.
Yeah. Think about what you can do to make their life a little easier.
I don't know if you've done this intentionally, but whenever Whitney and I are getting ready in the morning, whoever is the second one out of the bedroom typically makes the bed because we both like getting into a nice made bed. Mm-hmm. Bringing you your blankie when you ask. Mm-hmm. On your iPad and all your things you forget downstairs when we... Yeah. Look to serve. If you just don't keep score and just try to serve your spouse, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Just remember it's not about you.
But also, like, serving your spouse, ask them, communicate what actually means something to them. Because you might think they really care about this thing, and you talk to them like, no, I think that's dumb.
Like all the times I said I made dinner for you, and you're like, I don't care about dinner.
Yeah. So when that's a great example of communication. How you thought you
Because for me, in my mind, that was serving you for a long time.
So when we first were married and getting into I think it was still kids in foster care realm, like Whitney tried to
have dinner on the table
when I come home. And finally I was like, and she would be stressed. Kids would be lighting their hair on fire and the house was all.
Not like for real, guys.
That's an expression. Yes. Everybody's all wound up. I'm like, Whitney, I don't need dinner on the table when I get home. I'd much rather have a peaceful home I walk into instead of all of this because you feel like I want dinner. Like, it's not that important to me.
He was, I'm fine with peanut butter and jelly if we have a peaceful home.
Yeah.
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 And he meant it. Like,
I'm 100%. Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Communication, serving. You thought you were serving me in the best way possible. Right. And I was not annoyed, but like, hey, no. Don't stress about dinner, which in turn was serving you. So you didn't stress about dinner. Right? Like, it was just,
Communication.
Yep.
Goes back to the communicating.
All right. Here we go. Segment 5. We're talking about some physical connection. Yes, we're going to get to the X-rated stuff. Not really X-rated.
X-ray. Stop it. This is a Christian podcast.
Yeah. But we're going to get there. We'll get there when we get there. Second episode is where I get to say that. We're going to talk about physical connection, both non-sexual and sexual. So if you want your kids not to hear it, get them, go give them a snack.
You have 3 seconds.
Yeah.
3.
So
2,
if you're a
1.
dude, most dudes, sex is really important to guys. That intimate physical connection with your spouse is really important.
It's just how God made you.
That's how God made us. And there have been times in our marriage where our sex life was not, hey, we're not playing music on the speakers. It's not a lot of, what do you call it? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'ams is I think what Whit describes it.
You're talking about.
Yeah. Like we have had days where we've had scheduled sex. Like, hey, so blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes it's not going to be all the
He's literally put
butterflies.
In our
Like, yeah, you just got to make it happen.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right?
You got to do what you got to do. Those aren't the ideal ones. Like
So I think all we're saying with this topic here is make it a priority.
Make it a priority.
Don't let this fall to the wayside either. Like, I don't think we have to get into the nitty gritty, Jason.
No.
But I think we're just saying, like, that matters. Like, you're not roommates. You're married, right? Like, honor that commitment to each other. Experience that intimacy together.
God designed it for marriage on purpose, right? Like that, it is a key part of marriage. Don't neglect it.
And even like the non-sexual stuff, like snuggle on the couch and go to bed when your spouse doesn't lay with them for a couple of minutes, even if you're not going to sleep.
So key tip for guys. Whitney found this head massager thing.
Yeah.
It's like a
prongy, like 50 finger
like
prong
really
thing.
Like tiny and like rubber head. She loves it.
It's amazing.
And if we've had it through the years,
scalp massager.
If we had that through the years and I did that, we'd probably have had 30% more sex.
Even the kids, like now, when they see me getting stressed out, they're like, "Go get it,
go get it." Yeah, I mean, Whitney just goes into like, it's like the
Zen.
reset button. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. It's like a shock collar for a dog.
Oh, my word.
Kind of refocus. But yeah, no, like guys, don't neglect the non-sexual physical
and girls.
contact. Well, it's usually more that.
I feel like you are more physically affectionate than I am.
Well, yes. But I'm saying a lot of times I think guys will focus on the sexual, physical stuff and not the other.
Skip the other stuff.
Skip the hugging, skip the rubbing backs. Like show your spouse they're more than just.
That physical connection reinforces the emotional connection.
That's right. Yeah. That's, once I hey, I feel emotionally connected to you when I'm physically connected to you, right? That's important. Yes. Like that's how we're wired.
Yes.
And, kind of moving on from that, this will probably be our last. Remember, you're on the same team.
Amen.
You're not fighting each other.
You're in it together.
You're in it together.
Stay in it together. Don't let trauma divide you guys. Different parenting styles. Like, read, educate yourselves, figure out what is going to work for your family, for your children, for the both of you. Everyone brings their own idea of parenting into a marriage.
Yeah.
And everyone's idea of parenting is unique.
And wrong. Sometimes.
And wrong, right? A lot of times we're just doing the best we can. I genuinely think, most of the time, people who are parents, people who are married are doing the best they can. You need to give people the benefit of the doubt and
assume
the positive intent that they are doing the best they can. Remember that, you might think their way of parenting is the most absurd or ridiculous thing in the world. But guess what? They're parenting how they were parented. They are doing what they were taught. They might need to reframe their thoughts. So get educated together. Talk about it. Communicate. Figure out, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to focus on doing this. Or, you can't have one person, pro gentle parenting and the other who wants to exercise all these punishment-based procedures. It doesn't work like that, right? You need to be on the same team.
Sure do.
Sure do, donkey.
I mean, I don't even know what to say now. Yeah, you're on the same. It's not you versus them. It's us versus whatever the issue is, right? It's not.
Correct.
It's us. It's always us. You use plural pronouns when talking about your marriage.
Yes.
It's no longer I and me, it's us and we, right? That's a really important to remember in your marriage.
Yes. Mic drop.
And we'll start wrapping up. If your marriage is struggling, whether it's because of, kids with disability, trauma, whatever, pressure can strengthen your marriage. Remember, pressure makes diamonds and it makes coal.
Yeah.
Right? Like how you respond to the pressure will be the defining characteristics of your marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think our marriage is stronger because we've fostered and we've put it through some challenging times.
Yeah. We have, stretched and broken down and strengthened that muscle to have a strong marriage. It has taken a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of intentionality, a lot of grace, a lot of love, a lot of conversation. But we also decided we're in it together for good, right?
Yeah. Maybe one thing to add, we said early in our marriage that the divorce word would never be uttered in this house.
Yeah.
Not an option.
It wouldn't be thrown around. Yeah.
Not even joking. We don't.
Obviously. Yeah.
No, I mean, but just it's a serious thing. Don't even pretend, play, joke. Yes, humor, we've talked about, but not that.
It's not funny. Yeah. But it's funny. The one time Lainey saw us fight, she got really upset and thought we were getting a divorce.
What did we fight about?
We weren't fighting. We were just talking, really heated talking.
So what were we fighting about?
We were just disagreeing about something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember a time we've actually fought about anything significant.
We typically fight if I'm frustrated that you don't agree with me on something. I mean, I'll own it.
The only time I can think
I want to convince you that my way's right,
Yeah.
and you'll placate me by saying, okay, but I'm like, no, you don't mean it.
Yeah. So if we're discussing something, I'm like, okay, we can do it your way. That's not good enough for Whitney. She needs me to renounce my way and deem her way the greatest thing ever. That's the only. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. I mean, we don't fight. Usually the only time I remember getting frustrated with you is if you're frustrated for me because I think it's stupid that you're frustrated with me about something.
Yeah. And then we get frustrated with each other.
If you feel like your marriage is being stretched right now, there's two ways it can respond. It can grit stronger. Muscles, the only way you build muscle is to rip muscle fibers and they rebuild stronger. Mm-hmm. You get to choose. If your marriage is in a hard spot right now, you and your spouse get to choose what happens next. It can become stronger. You can grow closer, or it can fall apart.
Marriage thrives on sacrifice, not on convenience. And I think we all have to remember that, right?
Preach.
Think about it. It's not convenient. None of this life, this calling, if you're listening to this and you are serving children from hard places, no, it's not convenient. Nothing's convenient.
No. If you're doing this and you think things should be convenient, I challenge you to go read Romans 12:1 that says your life should be a living sacrifice.
Yeah, we're not called to live bubbly rainbows and butterflies, right?
Nope.
We are called to have joy in the struggle and joy in the sacrifice, and you need to surround yourself with people that help fill you with that joy, because I guarantee you there can be joy found even in the hardest places. You just need to find it.
Oh, man. Hold on. Before we close, another pro tip about marriage. Don't trash your spouse to your friends.
Yeah.
And if you're around people like that, find new people to be around.
You don't want to be around that.
I have a couple buddies of mine. We're all friends. I can say with integrity, I have never heard them say something negative about their wife.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You've also been on the other end where you've heard people talk extremely negatively about their spouse, right?
Yep. You should not bag on your spouse to your buddies. And girls, you should not bag on your husband to your girlfriends. That doesn't do any good. It shouldn't be a competition to see who has the crappier husband.
Oh, I can't imagine. How hurtful.
You should have friends that are uplifting your spouse,
edifying them. Yeah.
Words have power.
And listen, you guys, I mean, seeking out wise counsel is one thing, but that's not what Jason's talking about here. He's talking about just tearing apart someone for the sake of tearing them apart. That's not cool.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
I think that's all. I don't know. I mean, this went way longer than you thought because you were like, oh, what will we talk about?
It has gone longer.
And I feel like, honestly, talking about marriage could probably be like a 5-part episode. And we could interview different people in different walks of their marriage.
Well, if you have any questions that you'd like us to dive deeper into about marriage, let us know. Give us a comment. Send us a note on the old social medias or an email. Check our show notes for those.
And I would love to hear if y'all have good marriage advice to pass
that would be
on.
great. Yeah.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah, give us good marriage advice. Give us your best marriage tip in the comments, too.
And listen, you guys, if you felt that this podcast was helpful or encouraging to you in any way, we would love if you would share this podcast with a friend that might also love to use that encouragement. So we thank you guys for listening and for coming back week after week. And I just invite you to keep dreaming small.
Thank you for listening to the Dream Small podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please tap that follow button and leave us a review. It helps other people find my mom and dad's show. If you're on Spotify, please give my parents a follow and a 5-star rating. And wherever you listen, don't forget to share the show with a friend who needs a little encouragement today. You can also follow us on social media to stay in the loop. Instagram at Dream Small Podcast, Facebook Dream Small Podcast, Twitter or X at Dream Small Show, or email us anytime at dreamsmallpodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you, and remember, just dream small. See you next time.